Okay. Maybe that fixed something. Let me see. We finna find out right now. And while I do that, matter of fact, let me do this real quick. Cause I'm not finna have that. Matter of fact, let me do this real quick. Yep, my shit is fixed. Okay. This nigga on my dick. Time that nigga out. Give him a cool 24. Get the fuck off my channel, bitch ass nigga. You 50 years old. You in my comments. You got me as your pinned tweet. You still on my dick. Cool 86,000. Take that and take that. Fuck off my shit, bro. Anyways, bro, let me get back to this, bro. Don't know what the fuck wrong with that nigga. He too old to be on my dick like that. It look like it's working though. That's what I do think. Let me go ahead and do this real quick. Hold up, copy that. Make sure we straight. All right, we might be straight. Cause I don't hear it. I don't hear it on my end no more. Cause I did hear it at first. But hopefully we are not chopping anymore. Let me go here and make sure, cause this shit is so annoying. I wish I was back home because I know my internet not gonna troll me like this. Cause usually it does. Like home internet doesn't do this. But now since I'm at school, it's gonna do all of that, and I don't know why. It's tripping for me. It say excellent connection. Cause usually it does. Like home internet. Yeah, okay. The audio straight, but the video lagging. I know how to fix that. X that out. It's like 60 frames. So tripping for me. It say excellent connection. Okay, it says 60 frames, but it's not. And it just says good right now. Okay, it's showing 60. It's showing 60. Okay, we back up. I don't really care. I'm gonna just go back straight in. But look, to the four people that are here, we finna talk about the defense real quick. So I already said that first half was terrible, where it was just like a lot of bad tackling and coverage. I won't say coverage, but because that means like nobody was on them, but like guys were like separating a good amount. Okay, and that happens when you play a good offense. They're in the rhythm. You know they're already going. But some of that stuff was just like it was preventable. Like that one play that was 58 yards to, I think that was not Rasul Douglas, but maybe Demario Douglas, I think. Like that could have been prevented easily, okay? If we just got up there and we pressed him at the line. I don't even know if he did it or not, but that was on D. But look, run defense overall, I think it was, I give him like a B minus, because if you look at this, 110 for 3.3, that's cool, okay? That's cool. But it's like, I think this is where like EPA comes into play. 0.3 is kind of relatively true. Now we have to wait until like all the stats come out about that. But like, I really do feel good about the run defense performance. I feel better about it, especially in the second half. Okay, James Pierce Jr. and Jalen Walker, both of them made an appearance, and that's what I love, bro. Like, come on, man. Now I've always been like critical of Jalen Walker because it wasn't because of him as a player. It was because of the fans, okay? Like, because Georgia fans swore up and down he was just the next best thing. He was the best thing since sliced bread, okay? And I was like, okay, well, I better see what they're talking about, because in my opinion, I always thought that Jahad Campbell was the best linebacker coming out of the draft. And as you can see, he was the best linebacker. That's not to say that Jalen Walker's bad, but let's keep it a buck. We know who's better right now. We know who's making more plays. Okay. Now Jalen Walker, he had he had an elite game. Okay. He had a sack, fumble. It said he had 2 sacks. He may have had a sack and a half. Let me see. They gave him 2 sacks. I'll take it. Hey, they gave Jalen Walker 2 sacks. Okay, because when when he took the sack in the red zone, Jalen Walker hit him in the face, which could have been a roughing the passer low key, but then he went down, so they gave it to Jalen Walker. Like, okay, Jalen Walker now has 3 sacks on the year. I'll take that. AJ Terrell led the team in tackles. When did Mike fumble the ball too? I don't remember some of this stuff. Okay, but either way, y'all. I'm defense. Okay, I got to log back in. That kind of just took me for a loop right there. But look, I kind of compared Jalen Walker's game in a sense, kind of like how like Draymond plays, where sometimes he may not show up on the stat sheet, but he'll make those plays where if you're really watching, you understand the impact of the game. Like run defense is not always a stat thing. Okay, yeah, you can measure it by TFLs and tackles, but like it's sometimes not even about getting a tackle. It's about setting a hard edge or forcing a run to cut back or, blowing up the run to where the back really can't get going. Okay, he does like very like Draymond-esque stuff where it's like, okay, you don't see it on the stat sheet, but in this situation, he filled the stat sheet, okay, because it'll be games where like game 7 to Draymond, he had like what 30, 12, and 9. He'll have those moments. Jalen Walker had one of those moments. Okay, 5 tackles, 2 sacks, 2 TFLs, a pass defended, 2 QB hits. Like he better have a high grade from PFF because he was everywhere. Okay, he did have that touchdown allowed, which may tank his grade. But if I want to be objective and not be my oh my god Jahad Campbell's better, if I want to be objective, that really that's a bad matchup. Okay, receiver in the backfield against a guy that's blitz peeling, he's already going up. He's already going upfield. He has to stop and start and go downfield again. But hey man, I'm not even tripping off of that. But second half was amazing defensively. It was, less than 7 yards for both, less than 70 yards for both quarters. Okay. And if you look at the second quarter, that's where we really lost the game because they had like 163 yards of total offense in that quarter, where a lot of you can attribute to the offense not being able to sustain a drive, but a lot of that was just good offense too. Okay. We gave up almost 250 yards of offense in the first half, and that's terrible. We can't have that happening. Okay, that has to get way better. But either way, second half they came out, they played really good. They got well needed stuff. We only gave up that one field goal, and that was on the opening drive, which you can live with. Obviously, I'm glad we only gave up X amount of points or 3 points in the second half. But that first half really put us in a hole, and we cannot be put in holes consistently because we really can't dig ourselves out of it, especially offense. If we get in the hole on offense, we're done. Okay, but defense, I feel like we can dig ourselves out of the hole, right? 2 turnovers, 6 sacks. Like, oh, thank you. I've been waiting for a game like that. We ain't had a game like that in a long time. But overall, like before we get into Raheem Morris and his shenanigans, I feel a lot better about this team for some reason, even though we just lost by 1 point. Because once again, a lot of stuff that we're losing with, it's like easily fixable. Missed PAT, pre-snap procedure, starting faster. Things that are controllable. It's not uncontrollable where it's just like, oh, we have a bad quarterback and we're stuck with him for the rest of the year. We have the stuff in place, okay? We have a good defense. We have potential on offense. I won't say we have a good offense, but everything there is in place and we'll be fine. If we put together a full 4 quarters, we get back to our ball control ways because we were second in time of possession at one point in time. I think it's probably going down now, but like if we get back to that and we don't let these guys get out on us, will you see that second quarter? Like now the 7 points didn't come to the end, but you see that if we don't let it get 21-7 initially, we can easily win that game. Okay. Because when we get good, it's good to watch. Okay. Y'all saw it in the first half of Buffalo. Y'all saw it against the Commanders. We put together a full 4 quarters of good offense, in my opinion. But let's get to Raheem Morris, y'all. I gotta see what this man said about this team. I can take off the notes. I really have a feeling though. Let me go look at something before I do this. Matter of fact, I want y'all to see this shit. Cause no, we ain't even gonna give him the time of day. I'm gonna just do it quietly, even though I kind of did it. Cause I can't believe, like, you're old as hell, and you have me as a pinned tweet, bro. And not only that, it's like, dog, you're looking at pictures from like years ago. Like, get a life, man. Here we go. Oh, Raheem Morris and Michael Penix. I gotta react to this. I thought this was like 27 minutes long. Oh well. Let's see. We gotta put on the headphones for this one because I gotta listen to this, man.
Fashion in the singular mode, obviously I don't make those emotional decisions right now on how those things happen. We got to go back and look at the tape. We got to go back and find out what went wrong, but we still had an opportunity to win that football game.
Mm-hmm.
And we got to find a way to win that one
Yep.
for our team, for everybody else, for our fans, and everybody else that's watching.
Now, once again, bro, that turnover was crazy, bro. Like, I didn't even expect it to happen. And for the people that swear Jalen Walker should be playing off ball because Devon Diablo's hurt, or they swear he needs to be off ball more because, oh my God, he can do it though. No, like y'all see, he made all of his good plays came when he was going forward. All of his bad plays came when he was going backwards. Okay, Jalen Walker is not going to be an inside linebacker for this team. Okay. And y'all be like, well, he could do it. We should give him some snaps off ball. Well, think everybody's fully healthy. And we were doing this before Devon Diablo even got hurt. I'm not going to put Devon Diablo off the field for Jalen Walker just to give him snaps off ball. I'm not going to put Kaden Ellis off the field just to get Jalen Walker snaps on inside linebacker, okay? You're going to sit your ass down there on the edge. You're going to set an edge. You're going to go get the quarterback. You're not going to be an inside linebacker on this team because we have two good inside linebackers. Devon Diablo's playing like a top 5 linebacker. He's not going to do that. Kaden Ellis is doing good in his own right too. Okay. Kaden Ellis was opened up by Devon Diablo. He can go sit up there and rush the passer because Devon Diablo shuts off the entire middle of the field. Jalen Walker's not shut off the entire middle of the field. Okay. Let's just keep it a buck. Okay. All right. Cool.
Obviously you can find really good points of the team all over the place today and how they played, particularly in the defense, being able to get after the quarterback, get 6 sacks. Obviously having the 2 turnovers to give us an opportunity to win there. Some red zone offense, being able to score touchdowns today to keep us in that football game. But, you got to find a ways to get off the field on 3rd down. You got to find a ways to give you more opportunities to win, and we'll go find those ways.
We'll go find those ways. It's just like when he first came here, I was so bought into what he was talking about because he'll be like a great motivational speaker, but it's just like, dog, what week is it now? We're 3-5 this week. So we're in week 9, bro. At this point, we are what we are. Inconsistent offense. Defense got to bail us out. And for him to say we got to go find those ways to win, bro. All right, man.
Quick turnaround and be ready to go.
Ooh, quick. We do got to play. We got to play in Berlin, Germany, y'all. We're not winning.
You just named it. Got to find a way to move the chains on 3rd down and maintain possessions, and we got to find a way to get off the grass. It's part of the keys to victory today. We're not able to do that. We did get 2 turnovers to combat that, to allow us to have an opportunity to try to win that game. And
once again, defense bailing us out.
Obviously you got to find a way to win every single game. This team is extraordinarily good on the run game, and we had to find a way to win this game. We knew it would come with some quick passing games. We knew it would come with some targets to Bijan, whether it was getting the ball quick, letting them run the football at the backfield. But obviously we knew it would be tough sailing trying to run the football.
Oh, I don't disagree that this is a good run defense, but I will say that when the game was neutral, right, they give up like 4 yards to carry, right? But then when they're leading, the run defense is also gettable. Only time when the run defense is great is when they're trailing. That's when they do like a lot more run blitzes, okay? My thing is we got away from it way too fast. Once again, like I don't get why we keep getting away from it, but for some reason it just doesn't make sense, bro. I don't get it. But hey, we'll be straight though. I think I haven't really checked the Colts out, like I said before. Like, is their run defense good? Let me go see. Let me put this nigga back in time. Like, come on, cuz. This is why I put my shit on subscriber only. Tell me how about them Panthers? You can get up out of here too, son. You'll get time out for 30 minutes though. So let me look at their defense, y'all. Like, I haven't talked about the Panthers in like 2 weeks, bro. I don't care if they're winning or not. It wasn't even because they're winning. I just muted them. Like, not muted them, but like muted the word. Because it's just like, okay, I'm done talking about them, bro. Like, they're gonna end up falling off, and I'm gonna be like, okay, I told y'all so. I'm gonna get back to what I was doing. Anyways, y'all, let me look at their run defense. And Colts run defense. Oh, that don't look too good. They're not at the bottom of the league. They're number 8. They average 93 yards allowed. Okay. That's doable. It's not like the Patriots, you see, because the Patriots, where are the Patriots? They're number 2. So we'll have a little bit more success, but I think a lot of this is because they've been up. Like, if you just look at, hold on, watch this. Team defense, and when they're leading, let's look at this. Let's look at total plays. They've spent the most time leading. So we cannot let them get out ahead of us. Because if we look at, let me see something. A lot of their, a lot of their yards have come out of 380 or like 345, giving up 269 has come when they are leading. But let's go look at trailing, because I haven't spent a lot of time trailing. We already know this because of their offense. But look at this. Scroll down. Yeah, they're 30th, 59 plays. We got to get them in neutral situations. That's as simple as that. Simple as that.
And it was, and we found a way to get to the end zone.
Ooh. Thoughts on the offensive possession, on the last offensive possession today? I said the stream got messed up, but the first thing I did say was a lot of people want to blame Zach initially when I don't. Okay, because if you look at what they were doing run blitzes and stuff throughout the game, obviously, because it's Bijan, you don't want to get him going. And a way you beat the blitz, especially on those run blitzes, is throwing screens. Okay, we had got the false start. It was like 1st and 15 or something like that. And then we did a play action screen pass. That's not a bad thing to do, because if you look at the play, 51 came down on the edge and blitzed, but he made a great play and came off it because he realized, I got back there too fast. Let me retrace my steps and get back on Bijan. Okay, good play. You dirt the pass. The second play is 2nd down and 15 now. All right. Now that's the play where Ryan Newsel snapped the ball away before everybody was ready. Then intentional grounding, loss of downs. Now it's 3rd and 20. Okay. So it was us. It was all us. It wasn't Zach. It was the players that were just messing up. Okay. We should have kept cool. LOL. I mean, but does he really make the extra point though? I don't know, man. I know he's been reliable most of the part, but like, I don't know if he makes that either, if we want to be real. It's crazy how valuable Devon Diablo was. Yep. Crazy.
And that's our job. That's our requirement each and every week. I don't as of right now.
What do you just accept it? We aren't making a. Shut up. God, I never said we could still make the playoffs. I'm just like, I want to see us win first and foremost, okay? All this, oh my God, just accept that we're not going to do anything this year. Bro, it's week 9, bro. Calm down. I know it doesn't look good, and this nigga talking about Carolina finna compete with the Bucs for the division. Not a chance. They got to beat Tampa Bay first. They're not going to do that, okay? Let's be real. But, like, y'all be so ready to wave y'all white flag for no reason, dog. You're like 3-5 is insurmountable. The Rams were 2-4 at one point, and they still made the playoffs last year. Okay, it's a real possibility. Even if we do finish 10-7, we're not going to make the playoffs, or 9-8. Like, I asked for a 9-8 season, I'll be fine. We're on pace to hit 9-8. Okay, cool. Y'all do a lot of this white flag shit for no reason, bro. Step out of it. Lock in, bro. Yes, for no reason. I said it, no reason. We aren't the Rams. I know we're not the Rams, but like, I even said it before. There's been a lot of teams that have turned around mid-season, and to act like it's just not gonna happen. And I've said before, we are what we are at this point, but like, it can happen. Okay, 3 teams in 2023 had a mid-season turnaround. The Rams had a mid-season turnaround last year. The what's that team name? The Texans had a mid-season turnaround last year. The Eagles had a mid-season turnaround last year. It's a 17-game season, and y'all ready to wave a white flag for what? When there's been multiple examples of teams finding their footing midway through the season and getting things going. Football is a week-to-week thing. We don't have McVay. Raheem is a big difference. Okay, yeah, Raheem doesn't call plays. That's about it, right? Okay, bro. You see this coaching staff and think we can make a turnaround? I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's definitely possible. Do I count on it? No. But let's not act like it's just completely impossible. Like, y'all, I understand it's been like, 8 years of all of this shit, but bro, y'all have to like keep things in perspective. Y'all so ready to punt the season. Y'all was ready to punt the season when we went 1-2, and then we won 2 straight, and y'all was back on the bandwagon. Now we done lost 3 straight. Now y'all okay? No, this the same team. Like, bro, shut up. Y'all be so ready to be like, oh, it's over with. It's over. No, it's not. Yes, y'all are just extremely overreactionary. I say, bro, if we get to a point like we play the Colts, then we play the Panthers, then we play the Jets, and then the Saints. If we lose about 5 straight, okay, I'll say, what I'm saying, it's over. But I highly doubt we're gonna lose 5 straight games. You know how hard it is to lose 5 straight games, and even then, it's like, bro, 9-8 and 10-7 is still in play. Now, granted, we have to essentially be perfect. Not we what? So we're 3-5 right now. We have to go 7-3 down the stretch. That's extremely doable with what we got to play. We got to play the Jets, the Panthers, the Saints twice. Play the Buccaneers, the Seahawks, the Rams. Like, a lot of these games are still winnable. Y'all just act like it's gonna be impossible. No, you haven't, bro. No, you haven't. Like, if you so ready to say it's over with, then you really haven't been positive at all. Like, I'm not buying that, y'all. I don't get that. You see this coaching stat. You're naming teams with good coaching. Okay, but y'all are missing the point. The point is there have been multiple teams that can make a midseason turnaround. Okay, and hell, if however you feel about Kyle Shanahan, he did it in 2022. A lot of y'all think Kyle Shanahan is a bad coach. Okay, he did a midseason turnaround. Okay, does that make him a good coach now? Matt LaFleur has been questionable for a long time, and he made a midseason turnaround. Zach Taylor's done it before too. He did it just last year. Now, granted, they finished 9-8, but they were down bad, and they turned it around. Zach Taylor's been a questionable guy too. Like, bro, like y'all are crazy with this, bro. I don't get it. Like, I think it's really hard for y'all to put things in perspective, and I don't. Maybe that's just me. I'm not trying to say I'm delusional or whatever, but like, I look at it for what it is. Okay, you see some of the things that we lose. It's not like it's just completely insurmountable. Okay, you can recover from some of these things, right? That's what I'm saying. It's mid-season. Carolina's 5-4 right now. You think they finna make? You think they finna make a playoff push, bro? Tell me with a straight face that a Carolina Panthers team finna make a playoff push with all the problems they have on defense. Okay, Jordan Love had a shit game today. Bryce Young had no touchdown passes and interception. He had a bad game, if we want to be real. Like, that fan base is saying he just needs to be a game manager at this point. He's a number one pick, and you're talking about being a game manager. You think they finna make the playoffs with a game manager, bro? Be serious, okay? Like, even then, like, I don't get why y'all act like this sometimes, bro. Did I not just say 20 minutes ago that we are what we are on offense? And now I'm refusing to accept what we are? Like, I'm ignoring this nigga, bro.
The team came out and fought, and that's what you.
They found a way to win without their quarterback doing shit on the field, bro. That's the point. Like, bro. Oh my god. Yes, they had. I didn't wait. Did I say they had? I didn't even say they had a bad defense. I said they're not a good team. That's what I said. Okay, and then that's the issue. We don't win. We don't win on the margins. Oh my god, bro. Y'all realize, bro? The Vikings won like 13 games and had a negative point differential, bro. There have been a lot of fraudulent teams that have won games. The 2020 Steelers went 12-4 and got first round. They lost like what? They went like 1-4 down the stretch. Like, my whole point is, it's only week 9. I know it's midseason. I've said before, the offense is what it is at this point, but like, there has still been examples of teams turning it around, and y'all are ready to punt the season in week 9. Y'all like we in the Saints position. We're not. Okay, a positive record is still within reach. Like, and I even said it before and over the summer. Our wear window doesn't start till next year. Right now, I just want to see a winning season. That's all. I haven't said nothing about playoffs. I ain't said nothing about making a run. I'm just saying, can we turn this shit around and have something positive to look forward to? I ain't said nothing about no playoffs. Y'all just sitting up here just talking, cuz. Just talking. Y'all being negative Nancy for no damn reason. Like, damn. And then, this is the same. No. Hold on. I got to talk to y'all real quick, bro. I got to talk to y'all. Because this is the same team. I don't even know if I did it correctly. Yeah, I did. This is the same group of people that'll sit up here and say, fire Raheem Morris, fire Zach Robinson. As if that's gonna fix something. What is that gonna fix? Like, oh, promote Jeff Over to interim head coach. We just saw what he did as an interim head coach. Replacing Zach Robinson isn't going to do anything beneficial right now. It's only going to put TJ Yates probably in the play calling position, and we saw from the preseason he can't call a lick of offense. Okay? Firing anybody mid-season is not going to fix anything. Y'all saw that in 2020 when we fired Dan Quinn mid-season. We still had a terrible. We were 0-5, but like it didn't fix anything. We still finished 4-7. Okay, we were still a bad football team. Firing people is not gonna fix anything at this point. I'd rather we wait till the end of the season to fire somebody, because then we can go actually searching for somebody, and we ain't gotta try to scramble together and get things together as if that's gonna, okay, we fired them, we finna magically take off. No, the Saints fired Dennis Allen, they got worse. Like, god damn, bro, bro. Carolina has a better coaching staff. That's news to me. That's so much news to me. They don't have a better coaching staff. A lot of them fans don't even like their head coach. Just like us. What is it gonna fix? No more pistol's not gonna fix this offense, or going out of pistol and getting under is not gonna fix that offense. Made a video about that already. Y'all can go look at that. Pistol is not the problem. The formation itself is not a problem, because it's a lot of y'all say, let's just do what we do in pistol under center. We're still going to be a heavy run team under center. We're still not going to do play action. We're still not going to target the middle of the field. Like, it's much bigger than a formation. Bootleg screens are not a bad thing. We've seen them work. We did them in 2016. Okay? Like, y'all just be saying shit, man. Like, god damn. The same stuff. Like, I've never seen a fan base say a formation is a problem. Like, if it was a problem, no team would use it. Teams still use it. They don't use it as much, but like, it's the predictability. We get that. I done said this before. Formation is not gonna fix anything. We just need to be more multiple out of that formation. And once I'm done talking about the Panthers, but after this, they don't have a better coaching staff than this. They really don't. The fans don't like Dave Canales whenever they lose, and all of a sudden they love him when we win. So they're just like us. They hate the man when they lose. They love the man when he wins. Same thing with us. Only difference is he calls plays. That's about it. Do you want to watch another season of this excitement like BS? Because that's what it will be. It is the damn coaching. I'm gonna watch this team regardless whether we end up, say we don't lose nothing. Whether we end up 12-5 or we end up 3-4. Like, y'all can boycott the season all y'all want to, cool, but like, making it seem like it's just finna fix something if we get rid of these guys mid-season, not gonna do anything. Acting like the season's over is not gonna fix anything. A lot of y'all were saying the season was over when Kirk when Kirk did what he did against the Chargers, and you see we were able to still fight it out until week 18. It's a 17 game season. Like, come on, bro. There's still 8 games to be played. Okay, wait, we're 3-5. There are 9 games to be played, actually. Wait, did I do the math correctly? No. 7. I suck at math. I damn near failed college algebra for a reason. So what? We played 8 games, right? 16, 17. Yeah. We got 9 more games to go. Okay. Any more Oscar? I'm not gonna entertain it. Did the 3rd and 20 have all routes at or past the sticks? Felt like it was 4 down territory, but the broadcast angle didn't see much underneath. Well, from my assumption, I think they ran all curls, which is not a bad play on like a long yard situation, because you expect, a soft zone coverage. You expect Tampa to probably spot drop cover 4. Now, the throw that Mike had, it was bad because it was like 3 guys in the area, but like, a lot of times what you'll have, matter of fact, I can go find it in the playbooks right now. I can show y'all what I'm talking about. Let me go look. Shanahan. Let me do the 49ers pass game. Let me show y'all. So sometimes, let me scroll all the way down because I think it's towards the bottom. Let me see here. I can't find it on here, but like they will have plays where I'm gonna draw it up, matter of fact. So they'll have those plays where it's like long yardage and say say the receivers out here and say another receiver right, they ain't empty, right? They will have those plays where they go past six and then come back down. They do the same thing right here. Boom. I mean, you'll have your one mandatory outside release. Like, okay, if you got a one-on-one, you'll take that. But like most of the time, it's like that. Okay, it'll be like that most times. All right, but I gotta see the film to like really gauge if we had a chance. But at the same time, a lot of coaches say this: there's no perfect play call for 3rd and 20. Okay, we kind of fucked ourselves right there with that whole intentional grounding and whatever. But 3rd and 20, I feel like at that point, I was like, my whole mindset was, you don't even have to get the conversion. Just get about 10 yards, and then we'll pray he makes the field goal. But I'm getting sidetracked. Let me get back to this.
You love the way they was able to go out there and give us an opportunity to win the football game. We just got to find a way to win it. I'm sorry.
I told you, bro. You keep doing this all caps up. I'm not gonna acknowledge you.
I know we came out of it. We'll figure it out.
I can't even hear what the interviewers are saying.
The team came out and fought. They'll come out and fight next week. We'll find ways to get a win. That's not an issue for us. Nothing. That's the National Football League. These guys, you got to come out and play every single week. You got to find a way to get a win. We almost found a way to get a win today. We just fell short.
Almost. That word does not exist in football. It's either you win or you lose. You don't almost win. You don't almost lose. Like, we just lost the game, gang.
Yeah, we talked about uncommon effort last night, and what he did today was come out and play with uncommon effort. And it wasn't just Drake; it was some men across the board that played that way. To try to give us a win versus a very good football team. Obviously, you go back and evaluate a bunch of things. You look at it all. Mike gave us a chance to win today. Opportunity.
Look, that's the main thing for me right now. Okay, and I said that going into the season, whether we finish 0-17 or 17-0, Mike give us a chance, and he gave us a chance to win this game. He gave us a chance to win week 1, right? I think week 2, you could probably argue that he was kind of a net negative. Week 3, he didn't. Week 4 and 5, or week 5, 4 and 6, gave us chances to win. Actually won those games for us. Okay, doesn't play the next game after that. Doesn't play particularly well the next game, and then he doesn't play against Miami. But you can see he's been on an uptick as far as like he's getting better and better. Okay. The Penix part has slightly more specifics. You aren't going to hear anything from Morris. That's all you had to tell me. I don't feel like hearing him. I really don't. All you had to tell me was just skip ahead, bro. I don't feel like hearing it. I want to hear what the players got to say. Like, fuck what he talking about. He's gonna give you the regular coach speak. Oh man, we gotta do this and do this and do that. We gotta find a way. This that. Like, if I had a dollar for every time he says the quote or the phrase "find a way," I could extend Drake London myself. I really could. Cause ain't no way, bro. Oh, got another question. A regular question at that. Do you think we fix anything from this loss? We've had these problems all season and the coaches keep ignoring them, or at the very least their solutions aren't working. Okay. Let me think about this one. I don't want to say anything stupid because I almost said we're fixing things. No, we're not. We're not fixing anything. I think what we're trying to do is like, how do I explain it? We're trying to be multiple but the same at the same time. Like what I'm trying to explain is like, okay, pistol doesn't work by itself. Okay, you see all of the formation splits and everything. Okay, cool. But then we're going to try to get into it by different ways. We're going to motion into it. We're going to do a different motion to throw off the guys or whatever. Like, I think it's at that point where they're trying to like do things to make it easier, but it's not. But I do think what we can fix is the run game. We have to fix the run game from here on out. Like, there's literally no room for us to be this bad on the run game. Let me put this back over here too. I'm bullshitting y'all. Y'all didn't even say nothing to me, which is crazy. But yeah, I do think at this point right now we gotta just We got to fix the run game, which I've did my proposed solution. We run more inside and outside because inside runs, they are pretty efficient for us. Now, I don't think NFL Pro is going to give you like the exact details of everything, but like I do think as far as running inside the tackles, we're pretty decent. If not, just as good as running outside the tackle. So let me see here. So Falcons, if we do rushing yards per game and we do like, can we do inside the tackles? We can't. Dang, we can't. Oh, wait, rushing offense right here. Okay, cool. So we average 123 a game, right? But like inside the tackles, I think it's pretty efficient. Yeah, we 4.2 yards per carry, but you see 33 rushing yards on inside runs, and everything else is on outside runs. That's why I said we mix in more variability, okay? And when we do that, we'll be fine, okay? That's it for me at that point, okay? But you know what I'm saying, I ain't tripping too much off of that, you feel me? Let's look at what Mike has to say.
Yeah, it was great. Obviously he's just being the same person he's been, since I got here. The guy that's gonna make big time plays and big time moments, and he did that today. And it was big props to him. But obviously we couldn't do it without the offensive line and running backs, tight ends, who all in protection to.
We should have came at hold on. We should have at least came out of the last drive with at least a field goal, even though Rome missed the extra point. You can't mess with that potential game winning drive up. Yeah. I don't doubt our players because we have the players to win every Sunday. We just don't because of coaching. That's my main thing. Like, it's the coaching. It's not the players. People acting like it's the coaches and the players, and it's not. Like, people think this guy isn't good. He just gave you 3 touchdowns. Come on, man.
Give us that time to make those plays. So.
I was always saying they were getting cute with it, doing too much, and ends up messing. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like our pin and pull stuff. I don't think we ran it today, but like they do too much with it. Okay, let's just do it out of shotgun. You feel me? Do the pin and pull. Him sit right here next to Bijan, and we toss it out there. We do it out of a bunch look. Okay, it's too much motions and everything going on. Now I will say, I gotta show y'all this, bro. This was amazing. I was charting players from Detroit this year. Let me go show y'all. Because this was an amazing, like, I can't believe I saw something like this because it was just so, like, it was 200 IQ, bro. It was 200 IQ, like 100%. Let me go see. I think it was week 2. Week 2, here we go. This was, let me go do this. Lions. I have to show y'all this play. This is why, like, it shows y'all levels to this coaching shit that the Falcons just don't get, okay? Because, wow. Let me go find it. It was, I want to say, I don't think it was this one. It may have been this one. Let me make sure. I have it on my iPad because I was drawing up the plays there. Let me make sure. Yep, here it is right here. Okay, check this out, y'all. Quick little breakdown session. So look, they are in 11 personnel. Who is this running out there wide? That is Sam Laporta, a tight end. Who's out there matching him? Tremaine Edmonds. Yeah, okay, cool. Okay, Jared Goff sees that. Okay, I know I got man coverage. Okay, we're going to motion him in. He sees that the linebacker. Okay, bet. Fake count. Kill. Okay, this is what we're getting into. We're getting into a pin and pull because now look at this. This is where it gets crazy, okay? Because y'all, oh my gosh, y'all, this is why I love this sport. He knows his man coverage, right? So he knows that Amon-Ra St. Brown's going to be with Jalen Johnson. We're going to flip this. We're going to run this pin and pull, but we're going to motion him away. Okay, what does that create? Who's over here now? Do you see anybody over here? Anybody? Nobody's over here now. So now you can out-leverage the defense with a pin and pull, and that's what we're doing right here. We're doing a pin and pull, and they're forcing the safety to come down and make the play, okay? Now, granted, it only goes for 4 yards because they were able to rally, but, like, look at this. This is the type of stuff that good offenses do. They give your quarterback answers, and they make it easy. Like, who else I know it's man coverage. We're going to take this corner out the picture and create an edge for us, and they get 4 yards. Like, that's some amazing stuff right there, bro. That's some amazing stuff. That's great play calling. I swear, man. Yeah, I was telling my friend we have the weirdest sets to just end up running the same. That's the thing. Like, I understand you want to window dress some things, but like, we're not window dressing. We're literally just like, we're catfishing. It's the same thing. Like, the offense looks ugly, but we're doing as much as we can to not look ugly, but we're still ugly at the same day at the same time. So it's just like, come on, man. What are your thoughts on this play calling strategy, players versus plays, or take what the defense gives you? London had a big box score, but Gonzalez shut down single handedly a few of those third downs. I always say players over plays because you have to develop an offense that fits your players, okay? And two good examples, right? You have the West Coast system and you have the Belichick system, okay? The Belichick system, you were forced to be smart, okay? Right? Because they only thrived if the players were smart. They had to know all of the route combinations. Like, I can pull it up right here. The 2016 Patriots playbook I have. So if we go look at that real quick, all right, and we just go to their route combinations, these are the formations and stuff, but we get to like, these are just the regular routes, but the combinations is different, okay? Let me go see here. We got to get down to like the 2 and 3 minutes. So stuff like this, right? For example, all of this. In a West Coast system, if you were Drake London, you only had to know the slant. But in this system, you got to know both, okay? Let's get to like a more complex one right here. Like this right here. If you were Drake, you had to know this, that, and that one. You have to know all of that. But if you're in this system that we run, you just got to know this, okay? So I think it needs to be that balance of we need to do it for the players, right? And we weren't doing that earlier in the season. We had Drake lining up. Drake can play X, okay? But you're not going to maximize him playing X because he has the wiggle to play slot. And you see he has his best games when he's in the slot. Cool, right? Bijan, he could do gap and power or gap and zone scheme, but we only make him do zone for some odd reason. We seldom do power or counter, all of that, okay? Seldom. Right, same thing with Tyler Algier. He's between the tackles. He's very good between the tackles. We don't use him between the tackles like that. We only do when we have to. So getting things in for our players that work, and not just saying, "I got this cute offense. Let me run this." No, it's way deeper than that. Way deeper than that. And then the other one about Christian Gonzalez locking him down. He still had 120, man. Now, at some point, we'll have to win one-on-one versus those top corners, and hey, he just didn't win. But you saw he had that explosive play when we needed it the most. He won that 50-50 ball, okay? You're not going to just straight up, Drake London, he's not going to just straight up separate, okay? He'll get open, but you also have to give him a ball to where he can just box out the defender, right? Right. So, like, yeah, Christian Gonzalez won some rest, but he still had 120 and 3 touchdowns. Like, I'm not going to complain about that. I'm just not.
Yeah, supposedly.
Yes, I won't. I don't want Parker Romo off my team, but that's just like that's a common saying on the internet where a player does something bad, he's like, "Oh my God, get off my team." He's been straight. I wouldn't say he needs to leave the team, but it's just kind of like my reactionary thing. I'm just being reactive to it. I still have my moments because I'm still a fan at the end of the day, but like, because like, bro, my stuff was slightly behind. I think I saw the touchdown catch with one hand. And then Mina Martin tweeted, and he misses the PAT. I was like, there's no freaking way. And I saw he missed it. He barely missed it. And that was enough for me to say, get off my team. Plus, we have a kicker we have Lenny Craig. Like, why don't we use him? We see he can bomb it, bro. He has range. Now, and one thing people are saying, you're sacrificing, or nowadays you're sacrificing accuracy for range, which it's a trade-off, right? But like, I'd much rather we can get to the 35-yard line. We have, we got points in the back pocket. Let's, you know what I'm saying? We can get a little bit, I won't say risky, but we can get a little bit more loose. But we have to, for me to feel comfortable, we got to get to the 30-yard line. Yeah, when Gonzalez went out, I don't know why we didn't spam Drake the ball. Like, he came out for one play and he came back in, but like, I would have went right at, like, what I would have done is, and this is just Monday morning stuff already, but like, I see Drake London's out or Christian Gonzalez out, I'm putting Drake back at X. Now, granted, he did have a big 4th down catch, but then they put Carlton Davis on him, which Drake London has been whooping Carlton Davis since Buccaneers days. What was he going to do? Mike Vrabel, you should have known better, bro. Come on, man.
Supposedly they were clapping, and for us.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, supposedly they were clapping, and for us, whenever I'm clapping, that means I want the ball. And news said he heard them clapping, he thought it was my clapping.
Mmm. Mmm. Now look, Mike's smart for that. He didn't outright say they were clapping. He said supposedly, allegedly they were clapping. Hey, my teammates said they heard clapping. That's what he said, and it makes sense. Now, I did show like the replay. I didn't see anybody on the field clapping. Maybe somebody clapped from the sidelines, but hey,
He snapped the ball.
we gotta watch the all 22.
I threw the ball in KP's direction. He had just released on the route, so I thought I was going to be okay with the grounding part, but obviously
I did too.
That wasn't the case. Man, it's still high. It gotta be. It's NFL football.
That's what I'm saying.
We still in it. We still in it. We still got a lot of games to go.
That's what I'm saying, y'all. Now, I understand he's a player. He has to say the right things, but like, it's 9 more games to go. We can absolutely go on a run. And I say this all the time, like, I'd rather we be tested early. That way we can hit our stride later into the season. That way we can roll into the playoffs. Now, I don't know if playoffs is in the question right now, but like the real season starts after Thanksgiving. We're still going to be in it by the time Thanksgiving comes around. Like, I don't just be saying shit, y'all. He sees it. I see it. Like, come on, bro. We're not dead yet. We're on life support. I'll put it like that. We're on life support. We're not dead yet.
And I know this team is gonna bounce back. Like you said, we did before. So I know it's nothing new to us, and we got to go out there and just make sure each and every day of practice we give.
Hey, this one thing I will agree: the refs were not messing with us at all, bro. Some of that stuff was questionable. Like, if I'm a ref in that position, like, I know if we go watch that grounding call over again, like, let me see. Damn. I have to go to my history and do it. But if you look at that grounding call, I initially thought, you know what I'm saying, okay, they finna give us the benefit of the doubt, but they weren't. So let's look at this. My stuff chopping a little bit too much for me. I'm gonna come back to this. Matter of fact, I'm gonna come back to that. I'm gonna talk about it later.
Always do, and be ready for this next game coming up. Obviously, a long flight out to Germany, but we're gonna be ready for it.
It was huge.
That was real big. That was real big. It was awesome to see. That momentum, and obviously for us, going 2 plays and scoring a touchdown. That was big time to bring the game into a 1-score game.
Why my stuff lagging? There we go.
Right before the half. So it was a great job by the defense. That one in, and also Jesse's pick. Those two I feel like helped bring us back in the game, and brought a lot of momentum to the offensive side of the ball. And we carried it, and we put points on the board to help us be in position to win the football game now.
I want to say something else too. I'm pausing a little bit too much, but I'm gonna talk to y'all face to face. Oh my God, the internet looks terrible right there. But look, let me tell y'all something. This is another thing about football. Football is all about momentum, y'all. It's all about momentum, okay? And if you look at our schedule, yeah, we play a lot of tough teams later on. We're playing the Colts, who very gettable, okay? Very gettable. But we're also playing the Jets, the Saints, okay? Carolina, you give or take, however you feel about that. But it's really a game of momentum. And if we can just get some momentum going, I swear, bro, we're going to be fine. We're going to be fine. Like, being 2 games under 500 is not the end of the world at the moment. But, like, if it was like Thanksgiving, we 2 games under 500, like, what would we be like, what? Like 5-7 or something like that. Then it's really like a much scarier outlook. But you got to keep things in perspective sometimes. That's all I'm asking for y'all to do. Just keep it in perspective. why my internet is trolling me. I don't know why. I don't know why my internet is trolling me, but we'll get that fixed eventually when I get home, at least.
today. Yeah, we
Yeah, bro, that illegal. Oh my! They said illegal player downfield. I didn't see it. I really didn't see it. Like, that hurt so bad too, bro. It was so iffy.
not executing. Yeah, I gotta be better. You know, if it's getting through my reads, moving on, and you know,
I hate it for JPJ. He's been in the backfield with nothing to show for it because the refs will not give him a holding call at all. And I think a lot of that comes with, like, I guess respect or experience, I would say, because y'all know how it is sometimes, like, even in the NBA, like, where a new guy comes in and, he can get to the line, but the refs are just not going to give him those calls because he's new to the game or new to this atmosphere. And I think it's like that. So, doesn't look good as far as the counter stats, but you can see he's getting back there. He's affecting the quarterback. So I'm glad with what he's doing right now. I'm very glad with it.
find an open guy or just whatever it could be. But that's something that we got to look at on film and assess and figure out.
Imagine being
Oh my God.
with your name on it just by thinking about it.
This franchise is worth millions of dollars and they're doing mid-video ad rolls. Let that sink in.
Base 44.
It's not frustrating. It's football. It's NFL football. Anything can happen. But obviously, you talk about not tying the game. But we still had a lot of time on the clock. I think
We did.
4.5 minutes still on the clock. Defense went out there and got to stop. Gave us the opportunity to go out there and put more points on the board, and we didn't do it. So
We did not. We didn't.
it's never on one person. It's never on one play. It's a whole collective thing. It's a long game, and we got to find ways to execute whenever it's needed the most.
I do agree with him right there because my thing is, like, yeah, we missed the extra point, but we had two more chances to go out there and, make it right, and we didn't. Okay? We got the ball back, and it was a 3rd and 20. We ended up punting the ball. Do I agree with punting the ball right there? Not necessarily, but you were in no man's land, and the optics of it, if you punt the ball, you're going to pin them back even further. Okay, so they're going to be pretty much in the shadow of their end zone, which I understand the rationale, but me personally, and all the Madden people agree, I'm going for that. Like, I'm not going to put my defense back on the field. I'm going to say, if I'm going to lose this game, I'm going to go out by trusting my offense to go make a play. I'm going to trust my young quarterback to make a play. And what did Mike Vrabel do? He told his coordinator, he told Josh McDaniels, he said, hey, bro, put the ball in Drake's hands, and he's going to go win it for us. And he won it for us. Or he won it for them, rather. I'm saying us, but, like, I would have went for it, personally. But that's just me. And I will say, you probably like, you just said there's no perfect play call for 3rd and 20. There isn't, but, like, you gotta find a way to make something happen. Mike, bro. Y'all realize it was a 3rd and 20 on the goal line in week 18, right? 3rd and goal from the 20-yard line, and we scored off of that. But all of a sudden, we want to punt the ball. Also, I saw a Panthers fan say Drake is a dog. Appreciate that because a lot of y'all swear he's bad. I don't know why, but look, yeah, man. So, static or mirror concepts and static routes. I haven't seen a lot of that. I couldn't tell really, but I have to watch the film and, like, chart everything. But I did see that 1 3rd down, he threw it to a static route. You look at some of the good routes or good plays that we had. Kyle Pitts on a sail route. We had, what else did he have? What did all these catch? He had the pick plays that get the touchdowns, the one-handed catch. Like, there was a mixed bag from what I'm gonna say, but I have to watch the film tomorrow, honestly.
I don't know, maybe because they got out in front. I'm not sure. I just run whatever it's called. don't know.
Ah.
Question.
Oh,
Points on the board and we didn't do it. So
he said that's a Z-Rob question where he was like, you know, do we want to go pass heavy because, you know, that's in the game plan, or it was just game flow, not game script. But like, I feel like it was kind of a mix of both, where once again, they said that was a good run defense. We're not going to try to mess around in the pass or the run game. But at the same time, we went down 2 scores. When we went down 1 score, I was like, okay, we need to start establishing a run. That way we can get a rhythm going. But it just didn't happen. So
you know, it's never on one
Casey just converted a 4th and 17. See, like,
person.
it's levels to this, y'all.
You know, it's a whole collective thing.
It's levels.
A long game, and we got to find ways to execute whenever it's.
I'm finna go.
I don't know, maybe because they got out in front. I'm not sure. You know, I just.
Let me pause it. Damn, they getting their ass whooped. 4th and 17 right here.
4th and 17. Mahomes spinning back around, looking way down.
What the fuck was Joey Bosa doing?
17. Mahomes 17.
What the fuck was Joey? Maybe he was on a blitz pill for Travis Kelce, but what the fuck was he doing? What is he doing right there? Look at him.
17.
He's like, oh shit, and he backs up. Like, you would have. Also, Pat.
4th and 17. Mahomes spinning back
Oh, I know what this is. This was probably gap protection, so they're gonna bring this guard around or offensive lineman around, and you see, you know what I'm saying, find some work.
around, looking way down the field. Gonna need a big one here. There it is.
I got him on fantasy. Yes, thank God.
To Rice at the 15 and
Yes,
17.
it was Rasheed Rice. Thank you. It was Rasheed Rice. Bro, people call me crazy for drafting him in the 6th round. I'm like, bro, I don't care if he's suspended, right? Or he's going to get suspended. Good. Anyways, let's get back to this.
I don't know. Z-Rock question.
I feel like it feels like our play calling is a regression. We had an offseason design and offense around Mike kind of crazy. I said the same thing where, and if you pay close attention to what Z-Rob is saying, it's the same thing, bro. He said something earlier this week about a Kirk play or a Mike play. I'm like, what do you mean Kirk play or Mike play? He was like, maybe this play is more for Kirk, this one was more for Mike. I'm like, your offense should be consistent regardless of who's at quarterback. Obviously, you're going to change up a few things for game plan reasons if you have a backup quarterback in game, but like, why are there 2 different pass games? Like, y'all saw last year, Mike was able to run Kirk Cousins' offense, okay? And he looked damn good doing it, right? 4,000 yard pace, 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Cool, we'll live with the interceptions because they weren't his fault. But come on, bro. Now it's a lot of outside the numbers, vertical stuff. If it's not, one thing I do notice, if it's not short, it's only deep. There's no intermediate stuff. Kirk Cousins corked the intermediate part of the field. Mike doesn't do that for some reason. Now, whether that be inside the numbers, outside the numbers, it's same thing, right? I can't talk. Now, it's not that he can't do it. We just don't call it. Because if you look at his numbers, when you target the middle of the field, they're pretty damn good, okay? I'm gonna airdrop the numbers to myself because they're really good, right? I'm glad I had this on speed dial because it's good to have this ready. But look at this, y'all. When we target over the middle of the field for Mike, okay, deep center, 1 for 3. Okay, cool. That's kind of like a little bit below average, but still. Intermediate center, 12 of 15, 80%, 176 yards, 11.7 yards per attempt. Short center, 27 of 35, 77%. Behind line of scrimmage, 92%. He can do it. We just don't. And I don't get why we don't do it. It's infuriating, honestly. Really is. Also, I just seen a play that we run. That's kind of crazy. I'm gonna bring it back up just because that's the play that we run. I just realized that. Let me show y'all. Pass game, 5-7 step. Let me go back to the bottom. Where was that? We run this. We run this. Now, we don't do it exactly like this, but we do run something like this, though. That's kind of crazy to look at. Okay. But, hey, anyways.
Yeah, for sure. That's just him. That's him. He's gonna go out there and ball out. Every time he step on the field, he's a special player, special person, and he does special things. Each and every week. So it's exciting to see, and I'm happy that he's on our team.
Not just good running, but we looked more free or loose. Yeah, I think it'll look like that when there's a veteran at the helm calling the plays and stuff like that. But one thing I did notice, and I have been noticing, is that Mike is getting more and more freedom as the season goes on. Okay, because at first he was just running plays, just running plays at the line. Okay, cool. A couple weeks later, I hear Mike say kill. Right, that means you're changing the play at the line. You go kill. Everybody does that. Cool. Okay, I've seen him audible plays. I've seen him adjust to protection now, and he's been able to do that for longest. But it feels like Zach is like slowly easing him into this season. When last year everything was thrown at him, he had to go save a season where he could go change the plays, he could go adjust the protection, do all that type of stuff. Because today was the first day I heard him re-ID the protection. And it's just like, bro, why don't we do that more? Why don't we give him the freedom to do whatever he wants at the line? That's how quarterbacks get good. Most quarterbacks win before the ball is even snapped, okay? Where you're adjusting protection, you're getting them out of a bad play into a favorable look, or you're changing the play at the line because you see something and you want to take advantage of it. We don't give him those answers, right? If we had Ben Johnson, oh my gosh. He's going to give this man every answer to the test that's ever been created. Even if a question didn't pop up on the exam or that didn't pop up in the study guide, he's going to give you an answer for it, okay? Because, we did this 3 weeks ago, but we could just modify this one thing and we'll have the answer for this coverage beater. Like, get out of here, man. We would be straight.
Yeah, we going to get to that. We still got to watch this film and figure out what we can do better so that we can be better, for that trip. We're going to flush this game after tonight and tomorrow watching the film, and then we will be ready whenever we go out to Berlin. But it's exciting. It's exciting to be able to go out to a different country and go out there and, just display what we love to do and, doing it at the high level as well. So it's definitely awesome, and we're looking forward.
Awesome. I did see one drag route by Kyle Pitts when he was isolated on a 3x1 side. I saw him do a drag route. I did see that, but another question I did just see is, who would you want as an OC hypothetically? Now, this is me. I said if Mike McDaniel gets fired mid-season, we get him as an offensive consultant, okay? We have him work with Zach to get this offense right. But if it doesn't work, we let him go and we pick up Mike McDaniel as our offensive coordinator, because the Eagles did that, right? They had Jonathan Gannon. They brought in Vic Fangio, okay? And then season later, they hired Vic Fangio, okay? So we can easily do something like that. Now, I also said Zach Taylor, because he might be on the hot seat too, because they've been losing games, okay? And they just lost another game today. So his seat might be heating up, so he might be let go. I want him as an OC too. I thought, what's that guy's name? I'm looking for really just experienced guys that have had experience calling plays. I don't know why, but I thought Dan Lanning for some reason. I don't know why his name just popped up in my head. Maybe it's because like the whole the coaching cycle thing where it's just like a job is opened up and he can go take that job. Maybe that was just me thinking of it, but I'm like, Dan Lanning wouldn't sound that bad. Maybe he can call an offense. But I also say we should probably poach somebody from Kyle Shanahan's tree instead of Sean McVay's tree, because that's how I feel at this point. So maybe the quarterback coach in San Francisco, or the pass game coordinator, maybe quarterbacks coach. I don't know, man. How do we get Mooney going so like our offense takes this next step if we can get another perimeter guy going? Grubb as the Bama OC? No. Now, it doesn't sound bad because he's worked with Mike, but that staying in Seattle, it kind of scares me. Maybe he has an experience and he can just, learn from his mistakes, but I don't know, man. I really don't know. I'll be open to it though, honestly, but that's not my first decision. How do we get Mooney going? You give him the ball. You don't give him 2 targets. Simple as that. Now that's just a cliche answer, but what we did with Mooney is, ironically enough, we use him over the middle of the field, deep and over the middle. Okay, those short, little snag routes, those deep in cuts, those post routes, those deep out. Why don't we use Mooney on the deep outs anymore? He was cooking with those, bro. Why don't we do it anymore? Like, I remember this one play specifically. Let's go bring it up too, now that I want to talk about it. This one play in particular, I periodically think about whenever I think about Darnell Mooney. And that may sound kind of sus, but like, dog, this play was y'all, nope, wrong thing. I don't know why, but I think about this play all the time. And some of y'all might know what I'm talking about. But bro, let me go find it. This one right here. Everything that we've been wanting in this play right here. Oh my gosh, y'all. Look at that. What do y'all see? Yo, tell me what y'all see. Tell me what y'all see. Please tell me what y'all see. Tell me what y'all see. What do y'all see, bro? I know that's not what I think it is. I know that's not what I think it is, y'all. Where is this? Where is this? Oh my gosh, bro. But look at this. This is what I'm talking about. So we get the play going real quick. Play action. He sets up to throw. Throws a dot. I think about this play all the freaking time. This was a free 20 yards every time we called it, bro. A free 20 yards. Get under center. Play action to Bijan. They're in cover 3. Curl flat defender. Like, right over his head. I think about this play all the freaking time. And we just don't do it.
Thank you.
Oh, that's it. That's it for Mike. But hey, man, that's all for me, y'all. I just wanted to come on here and just talk, really. But bottom line about today, sucks to lose, but I feel good about it. I don't feel good about the loss, but I feel good about what I saw, rather, because the final score may not be indicative, but I saw the offense show life. We've seen that before, but I feel better about it now. I see the defense be able to have a bad half and bounce back. That's the main thing I do like. We were able to bounce back and play good. Okay, but going into the Colts game, it's gonna be a tough one. We gotta contain. I'm gonna say this early about this Colts game. I will say this early before I even watch film. Daniel Jones is an elite quarterback when it comes to short passing. How do you beat this defense? You do short passes, okay? We blitz a lot. That's going to leave a lot of stuff open underneath and immediately. So Daniel Jones might have a field day passing the ball. I might want to put that out there early just to get y'all used to it. So that might happen, but there's also a chance where we put on our big boy pants, we play press coverage, and we take away those first reads immediately, okay? Force him to hold that ball because that's the same Daniel Jones that has terrible pocket awareness. The pocket presence is on 0. It's on 0. So if we can get him to hold that ball, y'all. Matter of fact, I'm not done just yet. Let's go look at something, y'all. I can almost guarantee you he's not as good when he's holding the ball. Now, you can say this for a lot of quarterbacks, but let's see something. Look at that. The rating drops. The yards per attempt goes up. The completion percentage tanks. The EPA is still great, though. Like, he takes more sacks, and the pressure rate spikes by 30% damn near. But as you can see, that efficiency drops. It drops fast. Look at this. 80% when he's under 2 seconds to throw. We have to get this man to hold the ball. He holds that ball, it's over with, man. It's over. Now, he's still good when he's holding the ball. Granted, relatively good. But if we saw off that first read, it'll be much easier to stop him. So that's enough for me, y'all. I'm done bumping my gums. Had a little tense, little passionate disagreement, but that's about it. So the film's gonna drop tomorrow, and okay. Anyways, I'll see y'all later. The film gonna drop. I'm gonna drop a video about that. So yeah.